So if we want to use Gingo, we have to import the package. Here I'm importing the Gomega package as well. That is the assertion library that we're going to use. We can use another one, but Gomega and Gingo are part of the same project. So it makes sense to use them together. And here we need to create this function to run the test suite. Okay, and then on a separate file here, we can create the tests. So what we're going to test here is the find all method of the video service. And we're going to create a container here. And we're going to add video service as the description for the test. I'm going to use a local database from the video repository that is going to be connected to the video service. So here I'm using this before suite function. And within this function, I'm creating the repository. And if we go there, we're going to see that when we create the repository, it's going to open a new database. We're going to use SQLite. Let's go back. And I'm also creating the service and I'm passing the video repository. So that's all I'm doing here on the before suite function. I'm creating the repository, I'm connecting to the database, and I'm creating the service so I can call it to test the find all function. And at the end of the test, I have this after suite function where I'm closing the database. So once all these tests run, it's going to close the database. So this is the behavior that I'm going to test. Basically, it's going to be fetching all the existing videos that is implemented by the find all function of the video service. And the scenario in this case is that there is a video in the database. There is another scenario here that is that there are no videos in the database. If there is a video in the database, I have these two expectations. But before running the actual assertions here, I added these two functions, the before each function and the after each function. So these functions are going to run before and after each of these blocks. What I'm doing here is I'm saving this test video that I'm creating here with these attributes. And at the end here, I'm removing that video. And here I have the assertions, right? Here I have the expectation that it should return at least one element. So I call the find all function, and I expect this video list to have at least one element. I'm using Omega here. This symbol is basically the expect symbol. It's basically saying that this video should not be empty. And here what I'm doing is I'm adding assertions for each attribute of the video that is basically comparing with the attributes that we set here. Okay, and the other scenario here is when there are no videos in the database. So in this case, we expect when we call the find all function that the list of videos is empty. So here we are using this expect. So we expect that the list of videos should be empty. So if we run this, so if I go to the service folder and I need to run go test. And as we can see here, the three assertions are passing. So basically this assertion is passing, this one is passing, and this one is passing as well.